I need it. I'm telling y'all, lock it in.
I need a sports podcast. I need it now.
Yo, what is good, everybody? I Need a Sports Podcast. Back in action. We got the whole gang with us. Myself, Bryce, Swan, Chris, Cam, everybody here, and it's time to talk NBA playoffs, man. It's finally here. It's finally here. And I mean, barring, maybe the game tonight, all our teams are in the playoffs, or at least the play in. Swan and his Mavericks, even though I don't know how much allegiance he has to them anymore. But everybody here, Chris, OKC Thunder took care of business, number one team in the league for the regular season. 68 wins. 68 wins.
You called it. You called it. You did.
I
did
tell you,
call
they
it.
was
You
going
called
hoop.
it.
They was going hoop. I'll say, do you even? Because I know obviously you're a season ticket holder, so you've been to a lot of games. What's your record on the year? Because it got to be good if they only lost 14.
The games that I've been to, bro. Okay. We lost when we played the Tims when they did that 20-point comeback.
I know when I went with you to see the Suns in the the tournament, the in-season tournament, that was a dub. Yeah, that was a dub.
Yeah, I think we. I don't think I've seen more than one loss.
I was just saying, I don't think you have.
That's crazy, bro. I never see, and that's why I'm so gracious, bro. I don't. Yes, of course I want the ring, but I'm so glad I got to witness like some history of my team.
They went 35-6 at home. You probably didn't see
one loss.
Yeah, I literally saw one loss.
That's crazy.
And we should have won. We was up by like 30.
I was thinking about it because I seen a post the other day. I think it was Cruz showed up at the national championship. Of course, Houston lost, and I think the post was saying like the last 20 times Cruz has been at a game, the teams he likes are like 2-18. I was like, after 5 games, every time I'm going, my team is losing. I'm gonna just stop going. I'm just stop going. To see your team play 20 times and you lose 18 of them, it makes me not want to be a fan of sports anymore. Because obviously I'm the bad luck. But yeah, man, OKC got it done. My Rockets, second place. And then we got one of the toughest ass matchups in the Warriors, who won last night in their play-in game. And then Cam, the team I'm really rolling with. Cam, what we doing? What we doing this postseason, man? We here, bro. We on the team, bro. We on the team.
Oh,
yeah, we both, pushing for the same agenda. If they win it, will you come on the pod and be like, Luka is goated?
What Shannon be saying? KFC, USC, OKC, Lakers and 5. But nah, I come on here and say, I say Luka goated. See, nah, hold on. He gotta win Finals MVP for me to say that. Yeah, he gotta win Finals MVP. Yeah.
Was Kyrie not goated for helping Braun get the 3-1 comeback?
He was goated for the 45-point game, and he was goated for the little game. I guess the game winner or whatever. Not really the game winner, but the go ahead shot that he had in Game 7. He was goated for that. So if Luka does something like that, then okay.
I respect.
I say I don't necessarily. I don't know if I see a world where the Lakers do win the title and he's not the Finals MVP with this version of the team. So if LeBron is able to do that at 40, I mean, what are we? I would hope everybody would be able to come to the sports shows the next morning and be like, okay, we apologize. We'll no longer be having any more debates about if he's the GOAT or not. If he get a Finals MVP at 40 in year 22, that would be nuts.
The great thing about it, he clearly has taken a back seat to Luka. Like, it's obvious, like he's the Robin and Luka is the Batman.
But that's what he needs. That's what we've been trying to have with him and AD for the longest, and it never came to fruition. So I mean, if people would try to knock that, I mean, I don't know how you can knock that. The dude is 40. He shouldn't have to be the number one guy no more, especially when you got a player like Luka. But we will see. They got a matchup with the Timberwolves. I know Minnesota fans been talking crazy, but last person swing it to Swan before we really get started. Yo, Mavericks. Do you even care how you feel
I don't
about
care.
the in this playing game versus Sacramento?
I really don't even care. I want Nico out. I do not care.
Hey man, it's
I don't even
okay.
care. The crazy part is though, is like AD is 3-0 in play-ins, and he averages like 23 and 14. So I can see him going off tonight. And
Yeah,
them,
I think it will.
because Sacramento got one of the worst defenses, especially pick and roll defense in the league. So I can see him bullying Sabonis in them tonight and them getting a dub. The key player, if they are to win, the key player to do something tonight would probably like Max Christie, somebody like that nobody really is, who's scouting on tonight. They're gonna be focused on Clay and AD and Najee Marshall. They're gonna be focused on them. PJ, they're not gonna really look at Max Christie like that. He might pop off for like 15 or something tonight.
If y'all win tonight, do you give yourselves a chance versus Memphis? Or
Say again.
if y'all win tonight, do you give yourselves a chance versus Memphis in the final playing game? Or
Oh yeah, I think we could beat Memphis. Memphis, they beating themselves, to be honest. That's literally what it is. Like
Jaren Jackson
they
Jr.
they,
playoff
they have the
dropper?
talent. It just they're literally beating themselves. You watch the games, like they're literally beating themselves
Yeah,
with their own style of play. And I think
yeah,
them letting go Taylor Jenks is gonna catch up to them in this next game.
yeah. I still don't know what the hell that was. Firing your coach 2 weeks before playoffs, and they was in contention for a top 5 seed at that point. Now they in the play and possibly out the playoffs. But yeah, man, we gonna start it off with the East. So yesterday we had our first play in from both sides of the conference. Obviously, Magic. I mean, I don't even think it was a game at all at any point for real. Magic handled business versus Atlanta Hawks. So they grabbed the 7th seed. They'll be matched up with Boston, but the 1-8 matchup is yet to be determined. But Cleveland is sitting there. I don't think it looks like it's gonna be Miami versus Atlanta. Well, yeah, this game just right there. So Miami versus Atlanta. I don't really care who comes out of that. I don't think they're beating Cleveland. Is there any? Can we all agree to that, or is there anybody that's like, no, Miami? If they get in, they can upset Cleveland, or Atlanta can upset Cleveland. I don't think anybody believes that, right or wrong.
I don't believe it, but I think Miami will give them hell. It's gonna be like a tough. It's gonna be like a tough ass game 5, game 6 type of series. Like
I think Miami can possibly push it to 5 or 6, but Cleveland gonna beat them.
Cleveland gonna win the
Like
series,
Cleveland
but
gonna
I'm
win, but
telling
I don't really
Miami, he gonna give
care.
them hell.
I don't really care
Cause
too much for that series because it'll be different if they still had like Jimmy or something like that one player who can talk his own doing, because outside of Jimmy on that roster, who else is really gonna be just barking at them? Like you gonna be scared of Tyler Hero barking at you?
it's just, but it's Spo though, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be cold, but bro, imagine you loving Tyler Hero like doing this mug at you and stuff.
Spo gonna
Like
give a good he gonna give a good ass
I
game
think
plan.
Cleveland gonna beat this. I got Cleveland in 5 if that matchup starts.
I can see 5 or 6.
I say
It's gonna
5 for
be a
sure. I
tough
think you can beat them in 5. I think Miami is still 1 just because of because Cleveland has so much rest that they're gonna come off a little rusty. But I got Cleveland in 5 in that one.
Hmm. Let me see. I just want to see. I know it's playoffs, so it don't matter. But what was a season series this year?
2-1
Two to
Yeah, something
one.
like that. 2-1, 3-1, something like that.
Atlanta. Pre-trade though. And that's what I was looking at. Because I could have sworn Atlanta had been bullying Cleveland. They were the only team. Cleveland and Boston, Atlanta was handling them in the East for whatever reason, like randomly. And I used to tell y'all, Cleveland not going to win 60-plus games because they're going to lose games like this. I used to always say it. But that was pre-trade. So they got whooped by 22 the last time they played.
Yeah, they do got DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, so I could dig it, I guess. I always feel like when you lose like that, though, like it's still like the monkey on your back, even though it's a different team. And you did win the last time y'all went out, but it was literally like, was that like immediately post trade? I think that was almost immediately post trade.
So you're saying you think Atlanta's gonna beat Miami, Chris?
I'm not saying I think they're gonna beat Miami, but I feel like they would. Oh no, this was pre-trade too. So pre-trade, DeAndre Hunter was there, and they still lost by 20. They didn't have Jalen Johnson, that's for sure, because he was already hurt by then. I just feel like Atlanta would probably give them more problems than anybody, because that's what Atlanta do. Like for whatever reason, nobody expects them to win, but we've seen them countless times. When they
No,
get to the playoffs, they win like 2 games, and you'd be like, "Oh,
their,
that's
their
some series
series
over
is
there," and
2-2.
then the other team handle business in like 6.
Yeah.
So
I
I
look
don't
at
know.
TV. Their series is 2-2. They both won 2 apiece. Atlanta and
Atlanta,
Miami. It's 2
Oh,
apiece.
you're talking about their season series? Okay.
Yeah, it's 2
they
apiece.
only played 3 times this season.
They played 4 times, sure.
When
Atlanta and
else they
Miami.
played?
They played 4 times.
When they played?
All 4 games were decided by 10 points or more.
Nigga, I know what you're saying. I'm asking when.
I don't know. I guess
They
they
played.
probably including the
They played.
tournament too.
Okay. Yeah, they could include that. I guess I didn't include that. I just used the regular matchups
They probably include that. 'Cause the only time that the game don't matter is the championship game don't count against nobody record.
because they did a back to back at the end of November, and then they had a game at the end of January. Yeah, I guess they can kind of play a game. I guess, or what do you call that shit? In season tournament.
Okay. Well, at least for discussion purposes, even though the series could be, a little dicey, maybe difficult here or there, everybody got Cleveland moving on. Like there's not going to be no
Yeah,
8-1
no,
upset this year.
no.
That'd be crazy.
It'd be crazy. It'd be insane.
It'd be
Now,
crazy.
Boston, Orlando.
Boston.
I do
Denver
think
sweep.
Boston too, but do y'all think? I don't know what's up with Jalen Brown knee. If you got to get some type of shot for pain relief, and you've been dealing with this for the last 2 minutes lingering, that's not going anywhere. And now it's playoff basketball.
But at the same time, with
They
Orlando,
obviously
though,
still got enough talent to be good
but
first round, but
the reason why I'm worried about Boston though is because Orlando is literally a point guard away from like being like a top 4 team in the East, in my opinion. Like they got the defense. Don't get it wrong. Like you seen what they did against Atlanta. They got defense, but they don't have a point guard that can like create like more better spacing for Paulo and Franz. Like when I watch that game, their offense be so congested every time. They don't know how to like just isolate themselves. And you got to depend on Paulo to be a point forward. Can sometimes tire him because then he got to try to figure out to get back on defense and stuff. So I feel like they can get a point guard. That's why I wanted them to get Chris Paul or somebody like that to help isolate the floor better, be like a floor general. They get somebody like him, or even try to get Trae Young, get somebody like that. That can help their offense way better. So right now, it's gonna hurt them. That's why they went through so many point guards from Markel Fultz all the way to Jalen Suggs to Anthony Black. Nobody really been doing it for them. They need an actual point guard. That's gonna hurt them.
they do need some offensive help over there on that side. I guess so. Y'all think that Boston still sweeps them? I mean, Orlando's. I gotta give it to them. They're a grimy team. They gonna make it like a slugfest. They took Cleveland to 7 last year. Obviously, this year they were in the play-in, but I feel like if Paolo doesn't get hurt, and then literally once Paolo got hurt and was about to come back, Franz got hurt with the same oblique injury. So they both missed significant time. If they don't get hurt, if they're relatively healthy, Magic are probably they're a top 5 team, these maybe even top 4 with home court advantage in these playoffs. And I think there's gonna be at least a game in there where they do shut down. Well, not even necessarily shut down stuff, but we know in a playoff series, just because the volume of threes, there's going to be a game every series for the Celtics where they shoot like 11 for 55 from 3, and it's like, okay, they just off tonight. Can you take advantage of that and win the game? So I feel like it's probably a gentleman's sweep, but I wouldn't be surprised if Orlando is able to get 2 if Jaylen Brown's health is iffy.
Same.
I'm not. I think Boston's sweeping them. Not gonna lie, but I don't think it's gonna be like blowout games because I think I even texted actually I can be over here. I can throw you. I texted Cam I think one time talking about how Orlando this nigga here, bro. Sorry y'all. Get down. Get down. Get down. All right. Nah, Orlando. So they got the best. I mean, obviously, I believe OKC got the best defense in the league, but Orlando allows the least amount of points in the league. But the points that they allow per game, it's the same amount of points that they score per game. So it's 105 on both sides, and Boston averages 116, and they allow 107. I think all discipline alone, even without Jalen Brown, they sweep Orlando. But it's not because Orlando is bad. It's just because it's Boston. And I think they're the best team in the East, respectfully.
Okay. And the 3-6 matchup. This is where it gets interesting. Got the Knicks versus the Pistons.
Oh,
This is probably one of my favorite. This is probably my
everybody
favorite.
got upset. Everybody got upset.
The Pistons won the season series 3-1. Now, obviously, they're still a relatively young team, no playoff experience, and you got to go into Madison Square Garden, for your first playoff game. I feel like Cade is built for those moments. We'll have to see. But this one is a little tough because New York, they obviously made all these trades they did to try to assemble this team. It hasn't panned out necessarily how they thought it would. They're 23rd in total rebounding. You're about to go up against Jalen Duren, who's a monster on the boards. Cade Cunningham is averaging 31, 8, and 5 in the series versus Knicks in the regular season. And then I was talking about with Eric on his pod, the addition of Dennis Schroeder, a kind of vet PG guy. He's not like a star by any, but he's a floor general that has great experience. So Cade can be off the ball some of the time, so he don't gotta face all the pressure. And Tibbs is gonna play them dudes 45 minutes. If the Pistons can make this a slugfest and a dogfight, and you get to Game 7, if Cade has his moment in a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden and knocks off the Knicks and has like 35, 40 points, you're going to then, what I've been calling for a little while now, you're going to then start having those talks. Well, does Cade Cunningham have the potential to be the face of the league? Is Detroit an up-and-coming team? Because it's Detroit, it's the Motor City, blue-collar people. America love Detroit. Like, everybody get behind a good Detroit team when they're good. If Cade is able to lead that comeback, because they won 14 games last year, and they won 44 this year, so a 30-game increase, and that's off the back of Cade Cunningham because he the whole master behind everything. I don't know, man. I think they can put up a great fight. I don't know if I'm ready to take them because that's just a hard thing to do, but I can see it happening. If the Pistons do win, is it in 7 in your eyes, or do they win in 6 or something?
7.
Win, it's got to be 6.
Yeah. I think it'll be 7, bro. It's gonna be experience.
I don't see. I can see Cade having a good game in a Game 7 in New York, but I don't see them winning in that. If the Pistons win this series, to me, it has to be in 6. And I think it's possible. I think it'll be like New York take the home, Pistons take their home games, and then Detroit steals a away game. Like that, it has to go that way. I feel like. But my concern is with the whole series is the matchups. I guess they've been matching up pretty well. I guess I would be more concerned if I was them. I don't know how they played them this year. I didn't watch. So if you a Detroit fan watching this, please don't judge me. I ain't looked at no stat sheet. I watch basketball. I don't look at the stat sheet. So just based off names alone, if I'm Detroit, I would assume I'm more so afraid of Cat because I don't know who gonna guard him because I don't think they have a center that is mobile enough to guard Cat without fouling. And Isaiah Stewart gonna foul, though he's one of the best defenders inside the paint this season. Nobody talks about it because he always fights.
Is he gonna show up to play basketball, or is he gonna be a head case?
If he shows to play basketball,
get rowdy in the playoffs.
If he shows to play basketball, that's something. And then the other person I'd be kind of concerned about, only because maybe recency bias, is OG, just because he is a bigger body and he's long and he's tall, and I don't know if Detroit has somebody else to guard him because you also got to guard McHale and you got to guard Brunson. So they got a lot of long, and you got to guard Hart. They got a lot of long arms on that team. I don't know how long Detroit is. Pause.
I mean, on the year, Detroit's 9th in defensive efficiency. They've been good.
Okay.
That's how they
because
got
he,
30
That
more
was
he,
my
wins this
only
year.
concern. Other than that, I
nah, they
see
got
Detroit.
Detroit got one of the best wing players with Thompson, even with Beasley
Oh,
sometimes
I
playing
forgot about
defense.
Sar, bro. Forgot
Yeah,
about Sar.
he gonna be the difference maker too.
Yeah.
He can lock
No,
up.
I can see. I see them doing it. It has to be in 6.
So I said Thompson been locking up because of course I mean gonna get more this up because it's a bigger market, but nah, sorry Thompson been holding his ground. So they probably gonna put him. They probably
Do
gonna put
y'all
him on like on Brunson or something like that sometimes switch because K can play defense too. They might alternate and switch around so K can save his time for the offense.
do y'all
And
do
like I
y'all
say,
give them a
Detroit.
chance in game 1? Because
You
I
said
feel
what?
like do y'all give them a shot in game 1? Because I feel like I said, it's their first time in the playoffs. I feel like New York is gonna get out there and punch them in the mouth right away.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's like I'm not
Hmm.
saying they can't respond, but that's what I'm interested to see
No.
how they
Yeah.
respond. Like if the game starts out and New York is up like 16-4, 17-5, something like that. Like they just come out real hot because this home crowd shots falling. Call timeout. Is Detroit gonna be able to be like, okay, we knew this could happen. Can we bounce back, play defense, get some stops, and start getting buckets of our own and get back into this game? Or they're gonna get punched in the mouth game 1. It's gonna be like all the nerves, everything. You just not ready for this type of atmosphere. New York just takes away because the one game New York did win versus them this year, they blew them out by 30. Every other contest was close, but it
Yeah.
was Cade being the pivotal piece to push them
Yeah.
over.
No,
So
I see New York probably the first couple games like showing that they've been here before. But the thing about it is, I feel like Detroit. We talk about Detroit like upsetting them or whatever, surprising them, and I feel like that has more to do with the fact that they play in New York. Like, it's not all credit to them because they still got to win, but it's like I'm more concerned because it's New York. Like, I think New York, if any team in the East in the first round is gonna fuck up one game or a series, I think it's gonna be New York. So, but I don't see them just coming out first game, getting punched in the mouth, and then just responding back. I think it's gonna be a great learning moment, and I think Cade gonna sleep on that. I think he gonna sleep on that heavy, and maybe the second game is a little closer, but I think third game at home, yeah, we here.
what about you, Cam? Do you give Detroit a chance, or do you think they taking this, or you think New
Nah,
York experience just gonna prevail at the end of the day?
yeah, I think it's a little bit too early for Detroit. Every time Jalen Brunson plays them, he kills them. So I think he probably goes for like 30 or 35, honestly, like average wise this whole series. I think the Knicks probably get them out in 5, maybe 6. I just think it's experience wise. And I got the Knicks in this one. I think that starting 5 is too strong. And then you got guys like Christian Achua, you got Karen
Forgot
Payne or
about
whatever, Shamit coming off the bench, shooting threes and stuff like that. So
Sure, McBride is a bucket off the bench.
yeah, McBride also. So yeah, I just think the experience is going to get to him. But yeah, I think like 5 or 6.
Okay, I don't know. I'm not mad at it. Eric brought up a funny point to me asking if it mattered, but leading up to the game, I guess, or I guess throughout the week, it might be next week, but they're in New York, right? It's where the ESPN studios are at. Cade Cunningham is going to be a guest appearance multiple times throughout the week on the NBA show. So if he comes out and doesn't have his best game, I'm not
Oh, he got
saying it's directly related to it, but people will then start the narrative. Oh, he wasn't even focused on basketball.
no
He
way.
focused on TV appearances.
You think they're gonna do that?
I think that because that's what people do. I'm not saying I agree with, but I can see them doing that. But then at the same time, is that something like this? His first time play? Do you really want him doing that though? Like
No, he got
I
to be
don't.
as
locked
your
in.
star
I
player,
don't
you
know,
kind
bro.
of want him locked in though, don't you?
He got to be
Y'all
locked
don't
in.
think? I feel like publicly, Cade has clearly showcased his work ethic, bro. Like we seen the pictures of him in the gym looking
Yeah.
like Brandon Ingram. Like he wasn't looking good, and then he messed around and had one of the best seasons of his career. Like I don't. I feel like he got a little leeway. Like
Playoffs different though.
I don't know. It depends on how he act on these shows too. Like if he go on there and he acting like one that Morris twin, I don't even know which one it is. That's how sorry
Marcus.
it is because
Marcus.
you can't even tell them apart. They both so ass. We don't even know which one's which. If he go in there acting like that, then I'll be like, all right. He ain't taking it serious. But if he go in there, he talking ball, he analyzing the game. You could tell he focused and he's taking it professionally. I think he gonna be all right. But if he ever beat a game too, then it's like, okay, wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know.
He need to be locked in.
He do need to be locked in though. He be locked in though. He don't be on social media.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I know he'd be locked in. I'm just saying.
After that dude alive. Yeah. Hey, I can't wait to see the game tonight. He said, "Get him high, get him high." Oh my god!
Get him out of here!
Said, come on, man. Crazy, what are we doing here?
That video is crazy.
That video is,
bro. That be every time you see a K cut in a highlight, it'd be the first thing you see right there.
Facts.
And then the final matchup on the East for the first round, the 4-5 matchup. This is interesting. This is a rematch of the first round battle last year. Pacers Bucks. Pacers with home court advantage as a 4 seed. Last year they knocked the Bucks out in 6, I believe. That series, the Bucks didn't have Giannis. This series, the Bucks might not have Dame. It's rumored he'll be back in the middle of the series. I don't know how true that is because again, we're dealing with blood clots here. I don't know. I've never seen someone come back from blood clots that soon. And he's not starting the series, so that doesn't make me feel better about it. So, what's y'all's feeling? Pacers, Bucks. I'll say my take for last year. I kind of already know where I'm headed with it, but go ahead.
I'm just so irritated.
The Pacers always getting
bro. Yes, bro.
No, I'm irritated with the Pacers, bro, because they really finna win this series, and they don't deserve it. And they fans finna get this like confirmation bias that they actually good, and they're not. But they did that fluke shit last year, and now they finna win this series this year. Everybody's saying Giannis is second or third runner up for MVP. Oh, we just beat the second, third runner up for MVP, the second leading scorer. Like we just beat them, bro. Y'all are not good. Like they're a handicapped team. I don't know, bro. I'm not sold on the Pacers. I don't like them. But they finna win this series. And I'm finna be
okay. Well, based on what you said though, like if Cleveland, we don't see Cleveland losing. Indiana wins, they're gonna play Cleveland. I'm not like just the most confident Cleveland is just gonna handle business in that series.
No way, you tripping. Sorry.
You think I think Cleveland will win, but I'm saying I'm not confident in it.
What's y'all laughing at?
You think
yeah, I don't have to clip that. You literally just threw the cat across the room. Kill us on this video.
Dang, I don't know. I feel like Cleveland handle business, bro.
You hoping that because if not, you're gonna be
Jared
pissed
Allen
off
and
again
Evan Mobley.
when Indiana's better.
Evan Mobley, Aaron Neesmith,
Miles Turner. I don't know.
You can't even count on Tyrese to have 20 every night.
So you don't trust Giannis to just be Giannis and win this series for them?
He should.
He's been averaging damn near triple double.
You're right. I don't trust him. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I do not trust him. But he should.
Okay. What about you, Kim? Bucks, Pacers? Can Giannis get it done if they don't get Dame?
I'm telling you, bro. I feel like the Pacers always got an easy way out, bro. Like it's 2 years in a row. Like Chris said, they really not that good to me either. I watched my whole season, bro. And none of their games really like wow to me. I don't think they're that good either. And like if the Bucks were to win this series, the difference maker had to be Kevin Porter Jr. Bro. He been balling out. He got to continue that momentum going to playoffs. He been averaging like 21, I think like 3. He got to continue that in the playoffs. He gonna be a big difference maker for real because since Dame been out, he been hooping. So he gonna be the one to like help Giannis out a lot. And the Pacers suck at guarding against the guards. So he gonna have to like take advantage of that. But of course,
what Kyle Kuzma got to do?
Shoot, Doc better be ready to limit his minutes. I feel like you play Kyle Kuzma too much, he gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, Kuzma, he gonna have to
series, bro. That's crazy.
I don't know a lot of people seeing him for this year.
Cam was the one 2 years ago.
What?
Was it 2 years ago? It was 2 years ago.
What
About-
is this? You about to say the steps to success?
He was defending that.
It's gotta in the steps to success. Kim, he need to have success now. He gotta have success now. You cannot, as what we would probably say, arguably top 2 player in the league today's NBA, give Jokic the top spot. But there could be an argument for Giannis. I wouldn't be mad at it. But you can't bow out the first round 4 years in a row.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree for sure.
4 years in a row.
But
And I
sadly,
get
though,
last year he was hurt, and the year before Miami he was banged up, but he still played 2 of those games.
he didn't
That's
play.
worse
He didn't
than
play
it
like
was.
the last game though.
He did the Miami game. He did. That was game 4. He came back. He actually had like 45 and 20, I think.
Well, he
But
played
had
like
8. He had
3
8
games?
turnovers.
He played like 3 games. One series I know, like the last time he was gonna play us, he only played like 3 games.
Well, that was the Heat then,
That's
because he didn't play last year versus Indiana for real.
You know,
So-
I mean, I think it goes 7, but I think the Pacers win. I mean, the Bucks is handicapped, bro. Like it's like
So
it's no
then,
Dame. Like it's
what is the discussion around Giannis if they don't win?
whatever you want it to be. I mean, what you want it?
Well, I got a question. What if he like averaging 35, 10, and 8, and
Which he probably will.
he got the hardest assignment on defense? Like, what if it's genuinely not him? Like, what if it's like he's really carrying them, keeping them
He
in
probably-
I'll
games?
tell you
He probably will
this.
go off.
I can't even put my mind in that like fake scenario because he never takes.
I know. But I'm saying what if that's what I'm saying.
makes me so mad.
Because I want to know at what point do we say like, okay, he need to get out of Milwaukee? Like, there's nothing for him there. Like, at what point do we say that instead of saying like, oh, Giannis sucked and that Milwaukee team with him on it ain't gonna never work? Because both of those things could be true. You know, it could be it ain't gonna work and he need to get out of there. Like, it could be.
Yeah, they might have to start. Look, I posed this to Eric. I guess he was making the statement that who's really a good trade partner though for them, and what's gonna put him in a winning situation. Because the only reason he would want to leave is to win now. No,
Yes, bro.
no.
Houston Rockets.
no.
Wait, who go to Houston?
Bro,
Giannis.
Bro, he
Literally.
would be in. Bro,
It's better than getting KD.
Exactly.
Yeah,
y'all-
I'd say
I know
it's
y'all
better
seen that
than getting
notification.
KD.
I know y'all see
Bro,
notifications
him with the Mon.
Yeah, I would not want to play them, bro. I couldn't.
That's what Sengun needs though. Like Sengun needs like a guy like Giannis. to come
Okay,
in and,
so
like,
then
just,
you're for sure giving up Jalen Green in the trade package.
you know I give Jalen Green.
Okay, who else? Because it's not just gonna be him. If
Okay.
you want to
It
keep
can be
Thompson
Cam,
and
it can be
Cam.
Shagun,
You giving
It
up
can be Cam,
Cameron,
it can
or
be
you giving up
Fred.
Tari Eason?
Nah,
you gonna give up Tari Eason too?
It
That's
can
what
be
I'm saying.
Tari.
That's
It
a
can be
lot.
Jabari. It can be
You have
Jabari.
to.
It can be
You have
Jabari.
to.
No. I rather Jabari. I mean, I rather give up Jabari over Tari. For
Yeah,
sure.
I would rather do that too.
You
But
rather
I
give
don't
Jabari?
know.
I ain't a Houston fan. Okay,
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Jabari,
I don't know if Milwaukee would even want that though. Like they might.
If
I feel like
they
would be like,
if they getting Kuzma, they will take Jabari over Kuzma.
But not. I know. I don't. Jabari has like lately.
He's
he
been
has
playing
coming-
well.
yeah,
He's
he
been
has
playing
been.
well. He's been
That's
coming
why
to
I'm-
his,
that's why I was
his own.
shocked.
But if it's for Giannis, it gotta be Cam, it gotta be Jabari, it gotta be Fred, and it gotta be the pick number 9 that's about to happen. It has to be
I'm
that.
saying it got to be a lot of
Fred.
stuff.
Yeah, Fred.
Ain't no way
Fred.
they taking Fred, bro.
No,
Ain't
Fred-
nobody
Fred-
taking
Fred gotta go.
bro.
Fred
He's
got-
shooting the worst
Fred-
3-point percentage.
I don't
on the
care.
team.
Somebody got
He's shooting
somebody
like
got to take him.
34%.
Somebody has to take him.
Well, that's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Just get him out of
You
here.
You about to
Gotta
basically
go.
break the whole team up for Giannis. It's like, okay, I'm not saying the Rockets can't be better with Giannis, but we're in the Western Conference. It's not like we become title favorites with that trade.
No, but I think you become
you be
a
close.
threat, and you can't
You,
forget.
you would
can't
take us
forget
over OKC in the 7-game series?
that team with Giannis. What would be the starting 5? What would be the starting 5? No, I'm genuinely asking. What would be our starting 5?
It would be Giannis, Sengun,
Giannis Sengun,
Thompson.
Jalen Green.
Oh hell yeah!
Well, I thought
'Cause
we're giving
look,
up Jalen Green in the
No,
trade.
you can't.
just
They're not
watched-
giving up Jalen Green after what he's been doing. They're not giving up Jalen Green.
So
I don't
damn,
see.
we gonna keep Şengün and Green. We got to give up the whole
Yeah.
team for Giannis.
bro. But look,
I don't
though,
think it has.
look,
I
look,
think it
Bryce,
could be like,
I
bro. The
watched-
Rockets have a lot of picks, bro.
They
and
do.
y'all don't have to give the whole. Y'all can give up younger guy, like give up Reed Shepard, like give
No!
up Jason Tate.
Nah,
Bro.
No,
Bryce, you don't understand. You don't understand.
Reed Shepard
look,
ain't even got a chance yet. You can't give up
and
him.
that's
Yeah, you
that's
can't
not
give
his
Reed,
fault.
man.
But look, I watched Sengun solo fuck Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet up by himself in the middle of both of them, and we see him do this to everybody in the league. But we got a double big, one of the best defensive teams, and he went stupid. That team with Giannis, Amin, Jalen Green, and whoever you want your third to be, I genuinely do not care. They are. I don't want to see them in a playoff series. I'll say that for sure. I don't want to see them. And it's not like we're gonna win in 5, but every game is stressful. It's like I don't know who's gonna win. I'm not betting any money on it. Like I will be genuinely afraid of that team. I'm not capping because Giannis already gives us problems. I mean, he gives everybody problems, and then we can't stop Sengun. Jalen Green is actually a really good player. He's young and he's dumb. I mean, look at his personal life. Like we know, like he's a kid.
I
But
just feel like
if
if
he
we're
may
gonna get
actually
Giannis though,
drill-
one of Şengün or one of them has to go because at
No.
the end of the day there's one basketball. That's two. Giannis
It won't
gonna need the
happen.
ball, and Şengün gonna need the ball, and Jalen Green gonna need the ball.
See, but I don't think Jalen Green should be needing the ball. And that's what I was
Jalen
going
Green,
to say.
he can play without the ball.
That,
He can play without the ball.
no, he's not a PG, bro. I don't like when he brings the ball up the court.
He's not
I
a
feel
spot
like-
up shooter. He's
He's not a spot up shooter, but I think he's like an off the catch player though. When he
He can
brings
be
the
a
ball up the
slasher.
court, I feel like he's tunnel vision.
I'm not saying he got to bring up the ball. I'm saying though, like in terms of one ball, not like literally bring the ball, but like shot attempt wise.
Yeah.
Jalen Green is a volume. He needs his shot attempts to get into a rhythm.
Yeah, nah.
I think
don't
he's
like
learning that he
I don't like
have
that.
to
No,
be a-
I don't disagree with y'all. I'm just saying like
But I'm saying he needs that. But at the same breath, Şengün need the ball so he can operate everything else. If
Şengün
he's in the
definitely
middle
the
with the
ball.
ball and control, he need that.
I'm not saying Jalen Green don't need the ball to shoot. I'm saying that he's a volume shooter because his shot selections are dumb. He need to take less shots and he'd be far more efficient. So he don't need the ball in his hand as much as he has it now. That's my point. It needs to be Alperin bringing the ball up the court. It need to be Giannis cutting and dishing the ball out to the corner and Jalen Green pump fake and drive baseline. And like it need to be that. It don't need to be Jalen Green having the ball for 13 seconds. Like if anything, Jalen Green should have the ball for like 6-7 seconds. You got 3 dribbles, make something work. Like that should be his game to me.
Well, it truly depends. If the Rockets, I will touch on their series because we're about to move over to the West. But it just depends on if they win the series. I feel like you don't make a trade because that's what you literally wanted to see is your young core finally putting it together. And if you can beat the Warriors, no, you don't make any trade. If you lose, depending on how you lose, you might look at a trade. If they just get waxed and it's like, okay, we clearly do not got it, even though we're still young, then you look at Giannis if that's available.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I'm still hesitant because that's what I was gonna say about the Pacers Bucks. If Giannis does not win this series, bro, he's not who we thought he was, man.
You don't want to lose
because literally for years we kept saying, "Oh, LeBron play in a weak ass East. He dominate, but it's weak."
Yeah.
What is strong about the East besides the Celtics for the last 4 or 5 years? The Cavaliers are good this year. The Heat were good a couple years ago. The only mainstay has been Boston. Everybody else has been ass. One year or the
You
other.
can really argue what good is. Like really, Boston been the only
Yeah.
consistent one.
Consistent.
Everybody else been kind of lucky.
What was it? Was it like 5 teams in the playoffs for them got losing records or something like that? Or to play it? Like, and you telling me you can't beat the Pacers by yourself?
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
That does say something.
But he's supposed to be. He was on a trajectory. It was like, oh, he's gonna be an all-time great, and it's like, slow your tracks. I'm not saying he's not great, but there's a difference between the all-time great and the generational guys. For a second there, we were getting when he won it, everybody's like, "Oh, Giannis is generational," and I get it. In the moment, he just had what 50, 15 to ice the game in Game 6 of the finals. But then the next year, he lose in the playoffs. Then the next year, he lose in the first round to a playing team. The next year, they lose again. You lose again to the Pacers, and like I even make the argument, and I was listening to Eric because he is a Milwaukee fan. He's better without Dame on the court. Their playing styles have not meshed well these past 2 years. They've tried it. Dame is not on the court. Giannis is damn near been averaging triple double, been playing his best basketball.
Is it the same the other way around?
Yeah,
I bet it is. Dame be having big games when Giannis.
Yeah, funny enough, but it's just like, okay, you don't have Dame. You are the team. You're the guy. You're the 2-time MVP Defensive Player of the Year. Go win us 4 games. You should be able to do, because we require that of everybody we say is an all-time great at some point in their career. And we've never required it of Giannis because he was a loser when he first started. Then he finally won one. It's like, okay, he deserves his respect. And then he's gone right back to being a loser. And now everybody's like, no, it's the steps to success. You don't get that anymore. It's not like that for him no more. He gotta win this. I'm sorry.
If he wins, we give him credit though, right?
I will. I want
All
to.
right.
I want to. Just same way I did with Jokic. Jokic finally won. I give him his credit. Giannis need to do that.
You give him credit, but it's like that. It's like that. It's kind of like, I don't know if y'all parents ever did it, but like graduating high school, I'm gonna give you credit, but that was an expectation. Like you were gonna graduate high school.
But it's not like I'm saying like, oh, he got to go win the finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That first round, yeah, it's like
I feel like that's a fair expectation for someone of his caliber. Because if LeBron was in the first round of the East, and it's like, oh, Kyrie went out, Bron, you better not lose. Because if he would have lost, they would have killed him. Because
were we calling him LeBron though? We wasn't really calling. I said, were we calling him LeBron though?
He wasn't, but I'm just saying he won back-to-back MVPs, had a Defensive Player of the Year, won an NBA Finals.
You talking about Giannis?
Yeah,
Giannis was the best player in the league
he was the best player in the league.
I'm saying, but what we calling him like LeBron? Like he was like I was definitely saying no.
You glazing right now.
I wasn't calling him like LeBron. I was saying like he was like
we weren't calling him LeBron, but at a certain point, his status was the caliber of what LeBron. It was headed in the league. He was the best player in the world. Like
it was headed towards all-time great, but it wasn't headed towards like
so
the best ever. Like
I just use Bron as an example.
About playing, like how he was playing at the time, not his overall career. We just talking about the status. Like Nikola Jokic is what LeBron was revered as when he was the best player in the league. That's what Giannis was. Nobody was saying Giannis is LeBron.
Change what I said and replace LeBron with all-time great player. What all-time great player do we not expect when they make the playoffs to win the first round?
Not too many. Or any.
Because I've been on KD case because KD got waxed last year by Ant. And it's like, KD, you built your super team and you got waxed. KD, since you left the Warriors, you ain't really done nothing. And it's like, KD is what, 36 or something like
37.
that? 37?
37?
Yeah, he old as hell.
The only one I could think of was Jordan, but that was like his early years.
Exactly. Giannis is a year 12.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and for the longest, it'd be different if like he had the NBA Finals and he had a bunch of great other playoff runs. But before he got to the NBA Finals, it was a bunch of playoff runs where he choked. Then he finally got the finals, but then he hasn't even sniffed coming close to it since. But he was supposed to be an all-time great. What all-time greats besides like Charles Barkley? Like Giannis obviously has accolades and he's won one. But when we're talking about, people were like starting to say like, oh, Giannis finna be like top 10 all the time the way he's headed. He not. If his career ended, he's not top 10 all the time. He might not even be top 20. Like there's arguments to be made against it. I'm not saying he's not, but you can make an argument there could be other top 20 players before him.
Yeah. I feel like the only argument he'll get. Only argument you get people be like, well, he was very dominant. Like he was a dominant player. That's the only argument you
And
can
that's my problem because I agree he's a very dominant player. So why can't you be very dominant and dominate in the playoffs the same way you do the regular season? Because they've never had a problem with winning in the regular season. It's only when it comes to the playoffs.
Pointless stats, man. Sometimes everything don't contribute to winning. I know somebody like that. He's a big white guy in Denver.
Oh.
Not saying any names though.
We'll swing it to the West on that one. First round, first seed OKC versus the to be determined 8 seed Dallas Sacramento playing right now to see who will play the Grizzlies to grab the A spot. But I don't think it really matters. Off rest, I feel like whoever it is, like if it's Memphis, maybe Memphis gets one. But if it's Sacramento or Dallas, OKC sweep. Memphis probably sweep too. I feel like
That's crazy. That's crazy. Everybody think that. I feel like if anything, Dallas is gonna be the one because I think AD gonna actually pose a challenge. I think he's gonna pose a challenge. I think PJ gonna be PJ against us as he is. That's what he do. No Kyrie, that helps a lot for sure. I don't know. I'm just maybe it's the monkey on the back. It's Dallas. But Memphis and the Kings, I think we sweep them. Maybe gentlemen sweep just so we can have the last game at home, have the stadium rocking, just for funsies. You know how we like to rest our guys and shit.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think OKC any chance to upset Cam or Swan? No. I'm agreeing there. The 2 seed, let's talk about it. 2 seed Rockets versus the Warriors.
Hey, 3 points last time y'all played.
Y'all
That's
crazy,
what Steph
bro.
had. Yeah,
Who's
3
crazy?
points.
If anyone thinks the Warriors have a chance, bro.
Say that on camera? I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you.
He said this 2 years ago when they played Sacramento, and then they walked Sacramento down.
No. I ain't say.
No,
I ain't say
I
that.
will go find the clips,
I
Kim.
ain't,
You definitely said
I ain't
that.
say. I ain't say they didn't have like a chance, but I'm just saying like.
I gotta go find the episode.
I'm saying now like this is like 5, like good ass like 5.
You say Rockets in 5?
Yeah. It's pretty obvious. Also, the Warriors are so Jimmy and Steph dependent. If you take those two out, which they're going to, it's going to get ugly. The only thing I'm really worried about with the Rockets is their half court offense. Is going to be atrocious. Like it's going to be bad. But I mean, if Amon is stopping Steph to like 10, 16 a game, and if
you
Dylan
think
Brooks
Steph Curry's
can,
about to average 16 a game?
Bro.
With Amon, yes. Amon is insane.
I know he's insane. Is Steph ever averaged 16 in a playoff series?
Probably so.
not.
No, I think Steph has some pretty bad series.
I ain't finna speak on that because I don't know. But I know that holding that
probably
man
not 16,
points,
maybe like 20-ish, but
holding
like that,
man to 3
I
points
feel
is
like
crazy.
that is great, but there's still a happy medium. Like he's not gonna hold him 2 points in this series.
Every game, yeah, for sure. But but similar to because what was last night, Jimmy, bro? Okay, so look, that's gonna be the Rockets' biggest problem for real. It's gonna be foul trouble because they foul. Houston fouls, and if they gonna call him like that, if they calling it like that, Jimmy gonna be at the free throw line 27 times. That's all it takes. But if they don't foul, if they play good defense, and Houston can score the ball, boy. They be scoring the ball. I can see it in 6, Cam. I don't know about 5, but I definitely am one of the ones that I think Houston is the better team here. I think they the even better team if Ime realizes that, because all these NBA shows are saying Houston, they're young and they don't really have a superstar. The superstar is right there, bro. We know who it is. When you got 2 seconds left on the shot clock, there's one person you go to on that team. His name is Alperen Sengun. Once they figure that out, if they figure that shit out, game 2, they're sweeping these niggas. Bro,
it's just so disrespectful that like the bookies are like got the Warriors as fake. Like at least have it as a pick 'em, bro. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, I don't go to stadium.
They not that.
They're the second seed for a reason.
Yeah, they're the second seed for a reason.
Now Houston can lose in the second round, and that's like okay. I'm not gonna judge. I can't judge them because my team did that last year. But this first round, young. I don't care how old you are. You the second seed for a
You,
reason.
you remember when Memphis
You
was
beat
second
some
seed?
good teams this year.
You
You beat
remember when
my
Memphis
team
was a
twice.
second? Remember when Memphis was second seed like a couple years ago? This is not the same. Like it's not the same type of team. It's like this team is really
This
really
team is
freaking
really
good
good. They
with
have a
like
really
one of the
good
best
coach.
head coaches in the league. It's
Yeah.
going, bro. It's a 5 or 6.
You don't gotta believe in it because I didn't believe in my team either. I didn't believe in my team. You believed in my team,
And they
so
not gonna
you
get
don't gotta
tired.
believe in it.
Amar Thompson's not gonna get tired. He's not gonna get
Hey,
tired.
I'm not trying to see
I'm
them in the
not-
series. I genuinely need the Lakers to take the Rockets out, bro. I'd rather play the Lakers. I'm not getting out.
I just think it's a bit to just think, especially like Cam and 5 for their first playoff
5 is
series
crazy.
ever.
5 is crazy.
Bro.
So if they lose game 1, you still saying in 5?
Yes, this team
They're
is that
gonna run
good.
off 4 and
This
win 2
team,
and
this team is that good.
Nah.
Okay,
Cam,
it depends. Hold on.
It depends.
It depends on how game 1 goes. If it's a blowout, then okay, it's gonna be a hell series. But if it's like a really close game and like the Warriors, just win by like 4 or like 5 or something like that at the end of the game, then okay, I'm gonna say yes, it can still be like 5. But
Oh man. I
bro,
feel like if you
the
the away
Rockets, it's
team
a
and you win the
really
first game by just a few points, I think the second game you fucking blow them out.
well,
I don't see us like it don't make sense to me like if you're the away team you go in and win by a few points in the second game you just completely lose
in my opinion,
unless you resting on purpose because you stole one.
game ones are very. I said this.
You said
Okay,
what?
I've said this since like beginning time. Game ones are very like kind of like pointless to me. It's like it's more like of a
Yeah,
filler.
they round one
Like
and two of a
it's
boxing match. Yeah,
yeah.
you just
So it's
feeling
like
each other out.
I don't put like too much like thought into like game ones. Now game twos, then game three, then that's when I was like, okay, I can see how the series is about to go. But I think the Rock they gonna show. That's all I'm gonna say. The Rock, this is a really great team, bro.
okay,
Like,
so I'm not okay. Let's go with your thing. They about to wax the Warriors. Y'all said after that it's okay for them to lose in round 2, which will probably be to the Lakers. So why make a trade then if your young roster is proving they're doing exactly
No,
what you
you're
wanted
right.
them to grow
No, I
into?
agree. I agree with what you said earlier. If you
to
win that
go
first round, and especially considering how that even if the Lakers series is a sweep, let's just say it is, but y'all played really hard. There were good games, and it was evident that like, hey, this team is just better than us on an experience level and on a skill level. Like, then that's when you're like, okay, we're just too young. But that's when you get better. So I wouldn't trade like you said earlier. That's they make a reason. But if Golden State completely like shits on you, it may be worth considering moving some pieces. I don't know. I'm not saying Giannis for sure or KD for sure, but you got to think about the offseason.
they
It better be for Giannis. It can't be for KD. We
they
not.
only don't make the trade if they make it to the conference finals. If they lose round 2, they're making the trade. It's
Did
it's
we trade
already
him?
like it's been reports. It's like they're making it like if they lose round, they're making the trade. It's simple as that. If they lose if they lose in round 1 or round 2, they're making like for KD or Giannis. It's just going to happen because it's like you need to get over that hump, and they think that those two guys can probably give them that hump, get over that hump.
If we
But if they
trade
make
for a 38-year-old KD, I might have to switch teams because that's gonna be Giannis. At least
Oklahoma
he's
City.
still somewhat in his prime. I don't
what's he
think
gonna go
KD is the
get?
answer for the team. That's what I'm
Shit, go get
saying.
Cam Johnson. Go save Cam Johnson from Brooklyn.
I'm saying like, I've been meaning. We haven't talked in a minute. I've been meaning to pose this. I think the super team era is dead, and I don't think it was ever really alive. It just so happened we watched the last decade of basketball, like the 2010s of basketball. We were literally watching the 3 greatest players in our generation: LeBron, Steph, KD, all in their prime. Bron is his own super team, as we seen when he made 8 finals in a row on 2 separate teams. Then you had Steph and the Warriors. You said what?
That's insane. Like that's
That's
fucking
insane.
crazy.
That's insane. One of one. Then you had Steph and the Warriors, who won 73 freaking games
Yeah.
the year after winning the championship. And then when they choked the finals, they went and added KD, who was the other generational player. other than that, and I guess you could say Boston back in '08. Other than that, when do super teams work? It's truly about you draft your players, you build them up, you develop them, and then you add supplemental pieces around them, and you become a championship contender. Because for years, everybody kept saying Boston needs to trade, Jason Tatum needs to trade, Jaylen Brown. Pick one. Now they've been to 2 finals, 1-1, and a lot of people are picking them to go back to back. That won't happen if you just trade away your pieces because, like, oh, we got to go get this star that's going to help us win. It don't work like that, and it never really did. We just had the outliers for the 2010s, which was LeBron, the greatest player ever, and Steph, the greatest shooter ever. And then you added KD, who's the most efficient scorer ever. They're not in their prime no more, and there's none of them walking around.
Bro, what times are we living in? What? How did we get so lucky?
Exactly, but we didn't even realize it because you just got Skip Bayless and Stephen A. shitting on them every day.
Yeah.
And it's like, bruh, what we're watching was freaking insane. So if the Rockets are gonna beat the Warriors, no, you don't trade anybody. Like, you're developing the young guys as you need to.
So then at that point, you as a fan, it don't got to be like a correct answer. You don't got to think too hard about it. How many years out are you waiting until you get to a finals? You don't got to win it, but like at what point? Because I know for me, it don't got to be this year. Everybody else wanted to be this year. Perfectly fine. That's cool. Most of the people that's not OKC fans making it this year so we can be a fluke or whatever. But I feel like we got 2 more. We got next season, the season after that. The next season after that, very stressful. So that's for me. That's what it is. I don't know what it is for you.
3 years. Like, if we win the first round this year, next year you obviously need to repeat that at the very least, and you'd hope to make the conference final. But depending on the matchup, because the West is so deep, that could very well not happen. Then the year after that, it's like, okay, we need to make the conference finals.
Yeah,
bar none. And then after that, it's like,
gotta win
finals. But if we make it farther at any point in it, it's like, okay, like, we're building how we're supposed to build. The player's supposed to grow. And that's the only reason I'm not putting any stock into them. Not saying they can't beat the Warriors. I'm just saying this is their first time here. I expect Steve Kerr and the Warriors to throw some crazy stuff at Jalen Green. He might not know how to handle that in a playoff setting. Şengün, Draymond is going to be trying to get under his skin all series long, just doing stupid stuff in the playoffs. And then you got Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry, who, Amen Thompson, I think, can play great defense against Steph. But at the end of the day, Steph is an all-time legend. We're not going to be able to stop him.
Does 7 games in a row. To you that Ime coached that Celtics team when Steph won his last ring?
Yes, but no, because at the end of the day, the players still got to go play.
Yeah, it's 2 different teams, but I feel like in Ime's eyes, it's probably an easier Warriors team.
Yeah, I think Ime's the great. When we picked him up, I was like, oh, we got a great coach. Like, I hope he's able to. They give him time to build something, which they've been doing. But at the end of the day, he can scheme up a lot of stuff. He can be, out coach Kerr in some situations. But sometimes the better players just outplay you. And I think Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry are just going to outplay Şengün and Jalen Green when it comes down to it. I think the Rockets.
What's your series count?
I think the Warriors are either winning this in 6 or 7. I'm hoping 7, even though 7 would be a more crushing loss to lose on your home court. But I think it's gonna be a repeat of like when they played Sacramento a couple years ago, Golden State. Like, Sacramento was a young up and coming team. They could punch him in the mouth, but they just didn't have enough at the end of the day, and it just is what it is. But like I said last year, I was like, I just want to see them make the playoffs so they can actually play in a playoff series, have that experience.
Crumbs.
It's been a minute, so that's how I feel about them. But if they win, I'll give them their props. More power to them. That's an amazing to go from not making the playoffs for 6 years now to winning your first round matchup against a champion opponent in the Warriors. That's why I'm saying I think that makes it even more present. Like, no, you don't trade anything. You have something good. See what this can build to, because you see what Boston is doing. Like, Boston is the blueprint right now. They drafted Brown, followed up, drafted Tatum. We drafted Şengün, followed up, we drafted Green. We drafted more pieces. Okay, Let's start trying to build. What else do we need? Reed Shepard, we got him. He didn't play this year. Next year, I would like to see him probably step into the starting role more than Fred Van Fleet because we're not winning championship with Fred Van Fleet. I don't think so. I don't think that's a crazy statement to make.
It's
Let's
not
see what
crazy.
Reed Shepard can bring. So, but yeah, that's how I feel about it. But that's the 2-7 matchup. 3-6 man. Cam, tell them how we about to whoop Minnesota ass, dog.
I thought super teams don't work no more.
This isn't a super
Ah,
team.
nah, that's crazy.
This ain't a super team.
That's crazy.
This is the dumbest trade in NBA history occurring to the greatest player in NBA history.
Hey man, you seen what Buddy did to him last year, man. He was the same shit all over again. And you know, it's special because y'all know I love Ant. You know, I got love for Rudy, man. But yeah, no. Every time this man plays these people, man, he gives them buckets. And I've been seeing like the T Wolves fans been going crazy, like talking about like Julius Randle.
Oh, they've been talking wild.
Julius Randle is a Luka stopper and this and that and that.
They said what? They said Luka. They said Luka is the best
Bet.
player in the series, but then after that, they got like the next 3 best players.
But you know, I don't even think it's gonna be like Luka that's probably gonna like kill them. It's gonna be Austin Reeves. It's gonna be Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is just so like he's really so under. He's really honestly, Lord forgive me. He's probably like the second best player on the Lakers. He's probably the second best player. He's probably the second best player on the Lakers right now. Like did
Wait.
like
Yeah.
he's probably the second best player on the Lakers. What the second most important piece I feel like on the Lakers right now. Because like LeBron did as is just filling in and like doing like the little things that
no,
you need LeBron to do. Like actually playing defense.
No, I agree with that. That's what I was saying. Like the whole premise, if the Lakers are to make a championship run, this has to be the one championship run in LeBron's life where he is not the best player on the court. But he's earned every right for that to be the case for all that he's done. I think there's gonna be a series where, like you said, game ones. I agree with you. They fill out games, and that's how LeBron has always viewed them. But now you added Luka, where it's like LeBron can be filling it out for game one, and Luka will just go kill them game one, and he don't even have to do nothing. And then he can come back game two after he's filled everything out and then go kill as well. And that's what I think you're about to get. Because Luka in the first quarter, I think, is about to have at least 12 points. That's the blueprint. Let Luka cook bright and early. LeBron, you kind of coach, do your thing. Austin Reeves, you got to be consistent. Austin Reeves, the one thing for them to be successful, I'll say, Austin Reeves cannot turn into D'Angelo Russell.
No, that won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. It won't happen. It will not happen. It won't. It just won't. Bro, Austin Reeves is like, he's legit, bro. Like, he's legit. He's going to be an all-star one day. Like, that's how good I think Austin Reeves is.
That's not a crazy statement, though. He is going to be one day. I can see it happening.
He's like very, very, very good, bro.
Bro, PJ is hooping.
Oh, there go Clay for 3.
I'm trying to think because, like,
and this is the other thing. I don't know. Then you can have it, Chris. This is what I wanted to say too. Last about the series, people are like, "Oh, Ant is Ant gonna kill him," and it's like Ant obviously a great player. Y'all know Ant throughout the season averaged 19 points per game versus the Lakers. And I'm honestly very interested to see the crazy shit JJ Redick is about to throw at him for a playoff series. JJ Redick and why am I blanking on buddy name? Celtics coach. Mazzulla. They're the two most diabolical basketball junkies in the game today. JJ Redick, I think, is about to throw some crazy defensive schemes at Anthony Edwards and take him completely out of his game.
This man,
I don't think we're gonna be seeing the Anthony Edwards that put belt to ass to KD and the Suns last year like that. I just don't. I'm not saying he won't have some good games, but I don't think he's gonna be able to take over the series and just have 35 every game. Like he's gonna struggle to get his. They're gonna make the other Wolves beat them, and then you got Julius Randle, playoff dropper, on the team. I'm not trusting Julius Randle to pick up the slack.
Yeah, my only rebuttal to that would be like Ant has outwardly spoken out about how trading Cat has forced that team to be like him being more ball dominant and teams focusing on him. And so like he has been doing that all season. So I don't know. I mean, yeah, obviously they're gonna do whatever they can to slow him down. And he very well may just average like JJ may not have to draw anything up. I guess it's kind of my point. Like if he's been averaging what he's averaging against them, that's for a reason. That's because of what JJ has already drawn up. So I don't I don't think we're gonna see anything different than when we seen from him during the regular season. But I am interested because like I know Luca can go kill, but I feel like the one game where I felt like LA was like I saw them and I was like, okay, I'm scared of that team. Luca had 30 something, LeBron had like 33, and AR had a really good game too. And that's what scares me. Like when your big three can put up almost 100 points, that that's concerning. And so I don't know. It'd be interesting to see like what the Tim's not the Tim Minnesota's game plan is because as much as you can have Luca go out there and kill you, like Luca can't drop 100. He can drop 70. He can drop 70, but I don't know if he can drop 100. And AR probably give you the other 20, 25 for sure. But you gotta win. You gotta score more than 100 points to beat the Timbs. So I feel like it's either the Lakers play really good defense or LeBron actually does show up. I'm not saying I think LA gonna lose the series,
That's the
but I
defense.
do think it's a little bit more complicated than just Luca killing it. I don't know. I don't know.
No, it's more than Luka killing, but that's like what you just said. That's what the stats back up too. It's about the Lakers gonna have to play defense. What is the Timberwolves been really good at this year, especially Ant has stepped into his game in the ball. The 3-point shot. He led the league in 3-pointers. You know who the best team against the three is in the league? The Lakers. That's why
They
he
were
only
against us
averaged.
last game, so.
That's why he only averaged 19 versus LA.
But their defense has fallen off though. So like you can do season wide or you can do the past 2 months. It's not good. They don't have a good defense. That's why Pods dropped damn near 30 on them. I don't know what's happening in the locker room because they was good. I don't know what happened. But I
No,
do think I would say LA, unfortunately and oddly, they have something to prove in this series, which to me is kind of weird because like I believe they have something to prove too, even though I feel like in the back of my mind they shouldn't have anything to prove. Like they're a good team, but I feel like the world is still like we want to see like if y'all really gonna be good, as if they haven't already been doing good.
that's the LeBron effect. No matter
Yeah.
what he does, he still got to prove it at the end of the day. But you just gave him the
Well,
best.
It's not even LeBron for me. You can't. LeBron can't prove nothing else to me. It really is Luca.
Well,
It really is Luka.
I know you. I'm saying the broader just NBA media and just people on Twitter. At the end of the day, it's all gonna circle back to Braun, no matter what he does or what he doesn't do. Even though it is truly about Luca and how he can shape this team for the playoff run. But
This
like I
sucks
said,
for JJ too. It's his first year, bro. Like, like damn, give a man a break. Like he's doing great. He's not gonna give himself a break, but like the public can give him a break. Like relax.
but I think they're the type of people that thrive in this situation. I think they were about to see a dominant Lakers. I got them winning in 5, if not 5 and 6 for sure. And I think that's one of the bets I have. I have them in the series 1.5 games, winning the series by 1.5. So as long as they don't go to game 7, that bet cashes. I just don't see it. It literally take Anthony Edwards having at least 2 50-point games, I think, to win
Oof.
this
I was
series.
gonna say 40, but damn.
Yeah, because if he get 40, Luka can match that 40. It's gonna take 250 balls.
Yeah, but then he get 40. I mean, if LeBron want to score 10 points to keep his record, by all means, let him do that. And God forbid AR play like D'Lo.
Yeah. But then that's the scary thing too, because that's why I said while Luca doing his thing and Braun get to coast, you've been seeing it, and I don't know if they'll give it to him because they hate him. But given the criteria, not the name of the award, but given the criteria for what it actually is, the Clutch Player of the Year award,
Mm.
LeBron should. He probably won't, but he probably should win Clutch Player of the Year because he's been a beast in the fourth quarter.
Bro, why do people be saying he don't got no buzzer beaters? Or they be saying he don't got no game winners.
It's
Bro,
just
he got
stupid.
like a lot.
We've seen him. We've seen him our whole lives. Since his first stint in Cleveland, he's been doing that. But he gonna be able to take over fourth quarters and beat Braun. So that's where it gets truly scary. Because
I got
Luka gonna be a walking 39-9 in the playoffs. It just is what it is.
Yeah. I got LA in 6. I'm gonna give them 6. I wouldn't be mad if he went to 7 just because I want all of their playoff rounds to be long. I need them to be tired.
I was thinking 6, but then I was like, damn. The problem is if it is get the series is 3-1, for them to get it to 6, Minnesota's gonna have to win game 5. Luka in closeout games is just another
dog.
Yes.
I just do 6
because I thought Minnesota
like...
Dallas was going to 6 last year, and then Luka went into Minnesota and like whooped the shit out of them. It looked like the Suns game back in 22. That's what it looked like.
I feel like if they as good as they're supposed to be, they get up ahead or whatever, and then I just don't see them going every game like super hard, bro. Playoffs is a lot. You got to win 16 games. That don't mean you're only playing 16 games. So I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have some games where they're like, all right, we cool. We're gonna rest. We're gonna win this next one back at home for sure, though. Like I feel like LeBron has done that in his career. Like he's been very analytical about the ones he want to win.
Yeah. I think though the quicker they get this one done, it'll be
the
easier.
better for him. 100%.
I said Warriors Rockets probably going 6 or 7.
Yeah, I want all y'all series to go long. I want mine to finish in 4 games, and everybody else's go to 7, and then the same thing the second round. Like that's what I need.
And I'm just not seeing the stats. Swan Davis only got 6 points, 3 for 10 from the field.
Boo boo.
13.
Boo boo.
This is what y'all traded for, bro. He's better than Luka.
Don't say y'all. Don't not say y'all.
Bro. Nico was looking out for the Dallas Mavericks, bro.
Bro,
he don't care about you or Dirk or the other fans. He's looking out for.
Bro, I already unfollowed the page, bro.
Do it mean anything to y'all that the owners like backed it?
He said what?
Still fire Nico because you could fire Nico, but the people that wrote off on it is still
like I was telling Bryce, bro. Nico's just being the scapegoat. It's really the owners.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad about that today. That's
he's just being the scapegoat, so he's taking all the heat for it, but it's really the owners doing all the stuff. They're not gonna take heat for it.
They said his personality, like he's not the type to talk a lot. Like he don't like to. He's not a very vocal person.
Yes, he's gonna say what he says and move, bro. He just don't care. He's gonna take all the heat for it because he probably get more money on the table to take the heat for it.
Yep, 100% for sure. They definitely gotta be paying him for the stress.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Just hate to see a black man get put down like that, man.
You see that?
Hey, it is what it is, man.
This man AD is literally
and everybody in Dallas is Hispanic.
Oh, dead. But in the 4-5 matchup, this actually might be like the West is so loaded. All these series gonna be good.
Oh, Clips.
This might be the best series. You think so? Clips in 5? Hey, this was.
They really the second best team in the West right now. They really are.
Really low key.
They are good. They
really are. They really. What did they finish the season like 17-4 or something?
I've been hooping, bro.
Statistically, they've been the best team in the
ain't gonna lie
in the season.
This season really like. Of course, I know what Harden did back in 2018 stuff, but this season alone really made me like respect Harden so much.
What?
Like, I'm just saying at his age, at the year 16, just carrying he literally was carrying them on his back when Kawhi was out. He was doing that when Kawhi was out, when Norman Powell was out, when Vince Zubac was out. He was really carrying them. He
said outwardly like he want to play, he want to win. He don't care who on the court.
And that's why I say I respect him so much with that because the last couple of years he just didn't give a damn. Like from when he was with Philly, he didn't really care much.
There's one thing he gonna do. He gonna make the playoffs.
But I'm saying, but this right here made me respect him so much more because at his age, at his prime, where a lot of people thought that he's done, he passed his prime and all that stuff. That man is really like he was really carrying on his back. Like Harden like 35.
Go ahead, kid. What you about to say? Because I know what he about to say.
All right, now.
What?
Y'all saying? Yeah, we saying all this right now.
And then he
better show up.
He's not Harden.
He better show up.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm not talking about him like
a little.
I'm talking about.
Shit,
He had 10
damn.
turnovers that one
I'm just
game.
talking about how he got
He
the
be
Clippers there because
shit
at
in the
one point the Clippers
playoffs.
was literally
God, dog.
what
I said he be shit in the playoffs, bro.
he
Now, don't get me
do,
wrong.
but
It's James Harden to Cam is Lamar Jackson. It really is. It was like a player that he believed in and he wanted, but the nigga keep losing.
He keep losing, bro. Bro. I swear, it's like you said, same with Lamar. I'm not like sitting here like hoping these motherfuckers like lose. I'm not like praying on their downfall. I want to see them win, but it's like I keep on like telling people, okay, yeah, they gonna. But before, like they was like being asked in the playoffs. I was like, yeah, Harden gonna do this, Lamar gonna do this, he gonna do this. They come out and they bullshit, and so it's now it's like, why should I trust you? like I know what's gonna happen. What's that Draymond that Draymond on saying? I see the shot. I know it's a bad shot. I shouldn't take the shot. Do I really trust the shot? Like it's the same thing. Like, bro, do I really want to trust you again, bro? Like you gonna let me down again?
Oh, then AD with 2 threes in a row after I
say he
started
hooping
talking.
now.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here. That's what he said.
Yeah,
That's
no,
right.
I agree with Cam in that. Obviously, I'm the one who is, I was the hardened guy trying to go to bat for him. But the thing that I think that separates now is what I said in the summer. Embiid should have rested and not played in the Olympics. You see what his season ended up being. Kawhi did. Whatever they did that got him healthy, Kawhi Leonard looks like Kawhi Leonard again.
Very
And
good.
that's what's scary.
Very good.
Because
They playing
he's
defense.
dominating right now.
He's
And
not as physical on defense as he used to be, but his offensive game has not lost a step.
It's not lost a step. And if you can have him be the guy, so James Harden don't have to, but James Harden can still have his moments, because James Harden in a series, he'll have games where he looks like James Harden. It just means the next game he gonna shit the bed, like Cam say.
Yeah, I mean we
If
watched it
Kawhi
last
can
year.
be a consistent force throughout the series, they can do it.
Forget them two. You know who makes a difference? Fucking Zubac. Bro,
Zubac?
Yeah.
He's having
he's like that.
Yeah.
Like
he's having a great year. He's literally he's having a great year.
He should be all NBA. Like
I think he should be in the All NBA third team.
But I feel like in saying that, you gotta give Harden some props, because whatever big man he got
Yeah,
always looked like an all-star.
Bro, he gave Trash Clint Capella a check.
Clint Capella, Clint Capella.
Clint Capella got $100 million off James.
Bro, I wanted Nick Claxton in Oklahoma. I was like, give me Nick Claxton.
Bro, I ain't gonna. That's why I said I'm giving Harden's props. He done revived Dwight Howard's career in Houston. He done gave this man Clint Capella, who haven't done anything, a check. Who else he done gave a check, bro?
No, they paid. They paid Claxton.
He had DeAndre Jordan looking good in Brooklyn.
Hey man,
when Claxton was out.
Hey, James know how to throw the ball, bro. He can get some.
Bro, I'm saying James Harden's like one of the best pick and roll players, bro. I seen a TikTok.
He was hooping with Andre Drummond in Philly, had them staying afloat when Embiid was.
But I'm saying when it was his training, his actual camp, he was doing like the pick and rolls with students. Bro, he's like that when it comes to pick and roll, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's actually like that. He have a lot of these, I ain't gonna say bums, but he have these mid centers getting $100 million contracts for not doing anything. Since Harden left Capella, what have he done? That man lost his job to Yucca.
Yeah. Problem is on the other side of them though.
Yeah.
He can't show up and play.
I know Chris not going for it as of right now, but it's the greatest basketball player in the league. I think this series is going 7. I don't know who wins it, honestly, but it's going 7. It's going to be an absolute dogfight. Jokic is about to average probably like 35, 15, and 17.
No, he's getting a triple-double. He's getting a 30-point triple-double. Like, he's going to average a 30.
Oh, yeah. No. Jokic's going to have at least a 40-point triple-double.
Jamal Murray's going to have 2 games at least where he get 30 out of nowhere, and it's like, why did he do this?
Hell no.
And at least one game, Porter Jr. gonna go like 7 for 8 from 3.
Yeah, I think it's not gonna matter, bro. That's literally what they've been doing all season. What you're describing is every game that they played all season. In all fairness, they above 500. I'll give you that. But so are the Clips. So I'm not too sold on that.
But what makes me hesitant to just say Clips got this is what Cam said. I've been hurt.
It's James Harden. That's fair. That's respectable. I guess I got a little bit of recency bias. I mean, I've watched Clips, but I think 2 Clips games we played against them this season, they were both close games. And I think we may have lost one. I think we lost one and we ended up losing against the Rockets either the night before or the night after, or the game after, or it was San Antonio. It was one of them. I can't remember. But I like the Clips, and I like Derrick Jones Jr., and I like Harden, I like Zubac, and I like Kawhi being there. I think they're better. I've watched both teams. I may be a hater, but I genuinely do think the Clippers are better than Denver, and it's not because Jokic. It's genuinely because I think the Clippers are just a better team. This is the same team. Keep in mind that Denver fans have been telling us all season are shit. They've been saying this all season that this team sucks and Jokic is MVP because he's winning with this sorry ass team. You're not going to convince me this team going to beat an actual good team. Like, nah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Only thing
If they do win, it's going to be very close games, and Jokic is going. Oh, I'm gonna actually start feeling bad for Jokic because that's not even his fault, bro. It's ownership. Y'all didn't pay none of them players. Y'all let all them players walk. And you sat here and you invested all your eggs in one basket in Jokic, and you didn't sit here. You firing coaches because they ain't succeeding the whole time. You done left a bone bare team. You got a half a shell of what Jamal Murray used to be, and an MPJ who still don't pass the ball.
you don't pass.
Bro, this man.
Imagine if MPJ developed the skill to pass the ball. He already a lethal scorer. What are lethal scorers good at? Getting other people open. He spread the ball. He don't even pass the ball.
This man Reggie Miller needs to stop lying on TV, bro.
Cam, we don't give a hell about, nigga. We talking about the Nuggets.
I'm just saying, bro. This man sat here and said that the Warriors were first in defense efficiency. No, they're not, bro. They're not. I looked it up. They're not. They're not even top. They're not even top 10.
Does it mean since they got Butler or something?
That's still cap too.
Did you look it up? You gotta look up like
he said since they got Jimmy, that's still cap too.
But did you go by like month? Did you go by the last 10 games? Like
no, he said since they got Jimmy overall.
He said since they got Jimmy?
Yes.
He said
cap. Yes, and that's cap.
I don't know about that. That don't even make no sense.
He just be on TNT lying, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, that made me so mad, bro. Like, why you already lying, bro?
Clips and 5, bro.
Clips and 5.
Yeah, Clips and 6.
Clips and 5, but Jokic still gonna have his thing, and I think it's best for Denver if they do lose the series.
I got Clips and 6.
It makes them
like this series.
They have to give Jokic pieces, bro. They're not gonna win again with that.
The Nuggets don't have anybody who could contain Kawhi in this series. They don't.
You don't think Gordon can do anything versus him?
Where is he been?
He been in and out hurt.
Gordon is not guarding nobody.
I think he been more out. He only in when they play.
If you had to put Gordon on the perimeter, you're cooked. You're automatically cooked if you got to put Gordon on the perimeter because their best defender is Christian Brown, and Christian Brown going to decide if you want to guard Kawhi or guard Harden because that like I said, that pick and roll is going to be nasty.
And then they don't got a
then. The only thing that's going to hurt the Clippers with that whole defense stuff is that Norman Powell watches the ball too much. So if he's going to be guarding MPJ, he needs to actually watch his body movement, and not watch the ball. I watch Norman Powell a lot in Clippers. He actually washes the ball instead. That's why a lot of backcourt cuts happen towards him. And the Nuggets like to do a lot of backcourt cuts when they have Jokic on top of the perimeter.
They do.
So, of course, he's going to try to do backcourt cuts between Christian Brown, MPJ, sometimes even Gordon, like Lobster Gordon. That man, Norman Powell, when he played defense, he always watches the ball. He was doing this in Toronto days. I don't know why he does that. That's how KD had a lot of backdoor cuts and stuff before he had tore his Achilles and stuff. I don't know why he does that, but he just watches the ball and he just let it go right past it like J.R. Smith.
But you got Clippers in 6 still?
Yeah, that's got Clippers in 6. They can't because as long as Kawhi has 15 plus games of 20 points straight,
he gonna have like
Kawhi is hooping.
26.
He hooping. Yeah, I'm praying that after game one, we don't see a report that he's got knee inflammation.
But look, people fail to realize when the Clippers were going against the Suns, I think it was like the 22 series, 21 series, I can't remember which one.
Oh, yeah, Kawhi was going to kill him.
The first 2 games, Kawhi and Westbrook both was going off. If Kawhi had never got hurt, they would have beat the Suns for sure. And I put everything on that. They would beat them. The Suns probably had 1 or 2, but the Clippers was winning that series for shit show.
That's why I was asking Chris the other day. Like,
as long as Kawhi is continue to play how he's been playing, that man just had 33 the other day. As long as he keep playing like he's playing, they're gonna beat the Nuggets because the Nuggets don't have anybody who can hold him and Harden at the same time. Everybody talking about playoff Jamal Murray, I get that, but the Nuggets defense is really, really bad.
But the crazy part is Whoever win that series, I still think we're gonna beat them in the next round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not getting out. Yeah, whoever win that series, they're not getting out second round. I'll tell you that.
No, yeah, for sure.
But what I'm saying is, I got Clippers win that series. And then the Nuggets letting go of Mike. It's gonna, like I said, like I said with the Grizzlies, it's gonna come back and hurt them somehow, some way. Why you're firing a coach 4 games before the season's over? Never heard of. And
So what you got the Clippers in, Kim?
6.
I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, I got the Clippers in 7. I think this one's gonna be.
You taking the Clippers?
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nuggets win in 7.
You can't say
Yeah,
that.
I want to be
You
surprised.
can't say that. That's cheating. That'd be cheating.
I'm going Clippers in 7.
going
I'm just saying if it does not end up like that, I'm not gonna be shocked.
Stop, bro. That's cheating.
Jokic, I'm gonna say Jokic still gonna get hit. Jokic still
gonna
going
get
for
hit.
30, 15, 12,
That's
whatever.
not a
Some
soccer,
crazy shit.
bro. I be trying to tell y'all he got pointless
Bro,
stats,
it's
bro.
still
You
crazy.
should not be
though.
having 35, 40
It's
points
a
triple doubles
center.
and losing.
It's the 7-foot slow ass white boy center. It's still crazy.
It's not his fault though. I'm never.
So who's
I would
winning
never
game
blame
1?
his losses on him though. It's not him. It's
Who's winning
genuinely
game
not him.
1? Who's winning game 1?
That's
That series?
Oh, Clippers.
Yeah, wait, hold
Clippers.
on, wait.
in Denver. You know
Clippers.
how they get, bro. You know how they get, bro. at home.
I think Denver gonna win that first one.
You know how they get at home. They hit everything.
Yeah. I had to think about who was the 4 and 5. Yeah, I think that's a home. That's a home.
Denver's
Deal series.
2.5 point favorite. So
The Clippers are 2.5 point favorite.
no, Denver is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of a pick 'em though in playoffs.
Yeah, it is.
Well, hey,
Yeah, I think Denver take the first one. They got to. If they don't, man,
They don't. It's gonna get ugly.
it's gonna be very
Like I
ugly
said,
for that
they
organization
want-
in the offseason.
They want to stores.
hey, man. I'm hoping Clips can get it done, but we will see. That wraps up NBA first round preview. Maybe next week we can get in, a couple of live pod to react to all the game 1s that are gonna occur this weekend. And yeah, man, let's get to it. It's NBA playoff time finally, and it's looking like, barring epic, collapse, Dallas should win this game, so they'll be playing Memphis for the final 8 seed, and we got Atlanta versus Miami for the final 8 seed on the East, and then all things are go Saturday, first round game 1 action.
The boys will be out.
Yeah, no.
Yes,
But yeah, man, we gotta get to it, man. It's your boy Bryce, Swag, Chris, Kim, your favorite kids from the neighborhood signing off. We appreciate you if you listen all the way through. We out, man. Peace. I need it.